Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Midi Knight, here to bring you another 5-0 Gauntlet run, this time for the Gauntlet Mortality, or as I like to call it, Mortality Combat.
Finish him!
That guy definitely questioned his mortality in that elevator right there. So this Gauntlet is going to be about a format where you can only use neutral cards, which is even more restrictive than spell lock when you think about it. So you're not going to have any spells in your deck, and you will not be able to play any of your Pantheon cards. And what becomes important at that point is the fact that your hero ability becomes very powerful, and there's definitely a lack of silences to go around. So the deck I built is focused around exploiting that. It has pretty much the strongest early game you can have. A double drop hyena or a hyena into a tusky is pretty much winning the early game by itself. And having a chieftain late game to back that up, and either baboon or brute. You can go either way. One's more offensive in brute, and baboon's much more defensive. But overall, it's extremely powerful and extremely bursty, with Suku as a finisher, as well as having the fire giant for some instant damage and pseudo removal. I'll be following you guys around in the games, and I'll be joined today with my co-host Shao Kahn. Say what's up, Shao Kahn.
Superb.
So we'll be checking you guys out, and the first game will be starting in a minute here. Alright, bye. Alright, it looks like we have round
1, fight!
Oh, okay, I guess you're doing that. Yeah, it's Odin versus Chinese here, and I got a really good start with double hyena and the tusky. So it's going to be really hard for him to recover from this. Ooh, that stun right there is going to definitely set him back on tempo. Really wonder what he's going to try to do to react to this. Let's see what he drops here on 3. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I think too. I'm going to be able to power up this hyena here and be able to trade with his board and still have the hyena standing around. Further taking the board away from this guy. Dropping that stone golem there. Oh man.
Brutal.
Yeah, he's in trouble here. No matter what he drops, I should be able to take it down. I got my gladiator and another hyena hand, and also Suku for some burst damage. Being that he can't have any spells in this format, it's going to be really hard for him to come back from the type of snowball I've already got established here. Oh yeah.
Impressive.
Alright, man. You're going to have to keep that down a little bit. You're kind of interrupting my flow here. Okay, so back to the game. I've got even more of an advantage here than when I had the hyena on the board. The 5-3 is going to be something he's going to have to deal with immediately by itself. It can eliminate him in 3 turns. And because of the Stone Guardian already on the board, it's going to be hard for him. Ooh, okay, well, that definitely is going to help him there. Taking my Stone Guardian's ability to even outrange other ranges is going to help him if he's able to get a 3 damage ranged unit on the board here before I'm able to kill him. However, it looks like what I'm going to be doing is just go straight up on the stone.
Finish him.
Okay, that was appropriate. We have such a strong board here, it doesn't make sense not to just target the summoning stone. Reason being is he does not have any physical ability to cast some kind of board wipe. The best he could do is drop a Guan Yu coin into his hero power do 2 to the board and 1 to a targeted dude, probably my Suku. But at this point, again, I have too much on the board. I don't see him being able to survive more than this next round here. Damn. He didn't even touch my summoning stone. This just shows how strong the opening of the Hyena Tusky is.
Flawless victory. Noob wins.
Oh, that's messed up, man. I'm not a noob.
Round 2. Fight!
Alright, so we got round 2 here, and it's Odin versus Odin. And we have a pretty interesting standoff here. It becomes pretty clear that I'm going to be taking the victory after our early game creatures clash, and mine just being honestly stronger. See, right here he trades tempo and trading his 3 into my 2, and allowing me to drop my Tusky if I wanted, or instead go for more board presence with the White Tiger, leave 1 on my Harpy, and use my hero power into this Suitor, which I choose to do instead. So what I'm really going to be looking at here on the next turn is what the opponent's going to do. And after seeing that he's going to use his turn 4 to take out my wounded 3-drop, I'm going to start advancing a more powerful unit in Suku. Okay, so he drops the Tusky and it hits the right target for me, at least. And what I'm going to be doing is taking the board here rather than focusing down the summoning stone. So what's going to happen is we have the summoning stone already at 20, and I could have dropped that second Suku, wasted 1 mana and taken it down to 10, but I would have had to deal with his reprisal attack and also worry about getting body blocked from doing that final 10 damage and him possibly pushing out. With what I have in hand, that's very improbable, but I'd rather play safe and get the win in a format where you 1 loss and you're out. So, oh man, that didn't feel good. Screw you two. So it looks like I'm going to get the win very shortly here, and I'll see you in the next game.
Noob wins.
You're going to have to stop that. Okay guys, we're coming into
Round 3. Fight!
and it's going to be an Odin versus Odin. We got a pretty good start here. The Hyena into pretty solid 3-drop, being able to take out his Hyena. Already feeling good about the start of this game. Force him into, again, using the hero power to take out my guy and start up my Stone Guardian, sorry. With him active on the board, it's going to really shut down a lot of whatever he's going to try to do, especially in this format with no spells. Ooh, 6/4, immune to ranged, pretty good. But I think I have too much advantage. 3-1 here. I'm going to spread out my guys and just go straight for the Summoning Stone. This might bite me later, but we'll see. Oh man, yeah, the Tusky there. I'm going to be losing my Suku. That's definitely not good. I have 11 damage to go with only 6 damage on the board. So I'm going to start picking off characters. And the 7/4 is pretty annoying, but not a problem with what I have. Alright, so now I've got the Gladiator and the Stone Guardian up versus his Baboon and a Basilisk. It's kind of a thinker here. Really want to get the Chieftain into play, especially with the Gladiator up. It's going to be like at least a charge a turn, but it's going to waste 1 mana. So instead I'm going to try to get down probably my Baboon of my own. Even if that's going to waste 1 mana, it's going to threaten his. And if he steps forward to attack mine, I can spawn another little warrior guy there and finish him off.
And spin around. Assailant is down. Mount. Finish him off. Dismount. One more time. Mount. And finish him off. Got that?
Alright, so he's going to be passing priority to me while not really protecting his baboon here, which is definitely going to be part of his downfall. If he was able to prevent me from killing this baboon, it would have forced me to force a 50-50 with my Tusky, but instead he's going to let me kill his baboon, keep mine alive, finish off this little 2-1 here, and then stun the remaining guy on the board, all while him having 11 total life on his summoning stone. So it's not looking too good for him at this point. Let's see how he's going to try to get out of this. Oh damn, another 25 life summoning stone here.
Flawless victory.
Oh god, I wish I could chuckle like that. Alright, we're going to be putting the checkmate down here with the chieftain. He's got 1 card left. Basically have enough damage on the board even with the silence to take down the stone. But I'm still going to play it safe. Build up that chieftain where I can. And flood the board with threats, considering there are no spells to deal with them in this format. I think Kang's kind of doing work. Alright, see you in the next game.
Round 4. Fight!
Alright, we got a Odin versus Wapwash, and got a decent start here. I mean, double Tusky is never bad, don't get me wrong. And also a little forewarning, this is probably the best game I had in the series. Guy put up a good fight. This is kind of a longer fight and had a lot of interesting turns for both of us, where we exchanged priority of who was kind of controlling where the fight was going. So let's see here. He must have a pretty hard turn 3. Silencing my white tiger there is definitely a pain. He's going to lose a good amount of potential health through that, but at the same time, burning a critical silence on my 2-drop is not always the strongest. Alright, I'm going to be passing turn 4 to him with a gladiator on the board and him having nothing. So we'll see what he drops. Gladiator of his own. And throws a zombie right in my face. Well, I don't really have the best open here, but I can make a lot of zombies with this setup here, for sure. And what I'm going to want to do is either get down my Chow Fang or my Stone Guardian to be able to start being able to bully him. It's going to make me do something I don't want to do, which is trade. But what are you going to do? I can't leave Uguay on the board, just wrecking house. So what I'm going to do is get the Chow Fang down, or no, we'll go with the Stone Guardian. And with the Stone Guardian here, it's going to allow me, if he rushes forward to try to kill my Zaven Scout here, I'll be able to finish him off after that. So, having double Suku in hand, if he doesn't have this Barbarian here, I'd be looking a lot better. But right now, it's a hard battle. I don't really want to cast the Suku for any reason, and I don't really have much else to do. So I'm going to drop the Chow Fang and kind of stack the board. And as soon as he doesn't drop something significant... Oh, actually, if he's going to go forward here, I can easily handle business. I would say that was definitely a mistake, but I mean, I guess if he has another baboon there, that was a good play. But it's going to allow me to Suku this one here. It's definitely a better play. Hyenas survives, obviously. Well, he's going to be picking him off with his 3-7 there, the remaining baboon, and also gets his Zapen Scout up. And at this point, it's starting to look, okay, we got kind of even boards, but with his ranged units, and as well as now his behemoth, it's starting to look kind of even, honestly. I'm going to definitely run my Suku up in here. I don't want to take too much damage from this behemoth. It could become a problem really quick. So what I'm going to do is basically trade everything I can into him here. Drop my warrior there. Probably should have dropped him earlier. That was, I could have drawn a couple cards there. I'm a little afraid of drawing out my deck though, which is why I probably played it after. I only have 13 cards left and have, what, 10 guys on the board. That could be my downfall if I'm not able to control the situation properly. Okay, it's not too bad. Gonna just use these zombies here, take out his Tusky, and try to get my Chow Fang into position to actually do something. Got a solid amount of mana here, and Stone Guardian and Hyena would be good to get on the board to start trying to establish more of a push. Right now we're both kind of stalemating, where if either of us advances first, we're going to kind of lose out here. So instead what I'm trying to do is bait his ranged guys out so I could run forward with all my guys and hopefully get to that baboon, or draw into one of my chieftains, and even in a losing battle just advance 14 damage or something guy across the board and 1 or 2 shot the summoning stone, and just completely ignore fire from their side of the board, which is the important thing. Oh man. So the Bull King guy, he's pretty strong when you're winning already, but he's not actually that great when you're on the defense and you're against a bunch of ranged people. Being that he's a 3/6, it's pretty good, but just like all the other attacks all adjacent enemy characters, it's so powerful on offense when you get one of those on their summoning stone and you're just constantly hitting everything he summons with whatever damage. He would be doing 3 to everything around him, and it's hard for a player to recover from that kind of oppression, really. So I have a pretty good offense going here. I have a protected Stone Guardian, and it looks like I've finally got a good how would you say it, good bulwark to fight from and try to take his side of the board here.
My goodness.
Oh yeah, this is very confusing on why I didn't drop that chieftain there first. Shao Kahn's a better HotG player than me, but it's cool. I think he's like some interdimensional god or something, so whatever, right? I got a handful of cards, 8 to 0. He's got 0 cards and 10 in his deck. And this comes down to what I had said before. If I had played my Nacom Warrior to draw those couple extra cards, I might have killed myself before I was able to close this game out. So it's not a flawless victory, but I mean, I got him pretty good there. I'd say that was a pretty sweet win.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I thought so.
Noob wins.
Oh god, I hate you so much.
Round 5. Fight!
Alright, so it looks like we got Bologna versus Odin. And I don't know if you've noticed here, but I got my icon already. These last two games were from my second or third run, I don't remember, but the final games from my original run didn't record or whatever, so threw these ones in instead. That last one was a really interesting one, and well, this guy was just bad-mannered as F, so, you know, it's always great to just post videos of people that try to make you have a bad time, and you know, that's my laugh right there. You spam your emotes all you want. So we have a pretty good start here. He's got a 4-1. I got both my Harpy and my Tusky out. I have a decent hand, but being that I have the Nacom Warrior, it's going to make all the trades really worth it if I wanted to. He's ahead on cards right now, 4-6, but I have obviously the much better board presence, and because I have the Brute, I'm feeling pretty good about kind of taking out this mid game, drawing up into my late game, and dropping some of these stronger characters. Well, he's got a Chao Feng, stupid, annoying card. This is definitely the card that I've been considering. Him and Suterer, both great cards. I just don't really have the room for both of them. That's why they're both 1 each. But man, Chao Feng is a game changer, honestly. I'm going to just focus down on his Summoning Stone here. Because he's only a 3/3, I thought I was going to get away with another shot here, but he has the Pro Venator play and is able to take out my warrior back there. That kind of sucks. Definitely at this point probably not in the pole position here. Shout out to my Klug. And well, I'm gonna have to really try to figure out what I'm gonna be doing here to take it back. And you know, outdrawing your opponent is always a way to do that. And on that note, one of my upcoming videos that I've been working on for a little while is going to be describing the 3 tenets of who really has control in a card game, which is taking advantages of tempo, card advantage, and board presence. I think it's going to be a very good learning experience for a lot of the new card game players, and even for the more experienced ones. Having a board that goes with it where you have to strategically place your characters like a chess match, or another game I used to play which is Duelist, it definitely adds another layer compared to something like Gwent or Hearthstone, which I'm a big fan of Gwent, and I was a big fan of Hearthstone until it became who worships RNGesus harder, and it's just not fun to play something like that all day, honestly. Alright, so back to the game. He's got his Chao Feng slowly pushing on my base here, but I've got a Zaben Scout tucked away with a Suterer right next to him, able to hopefully pick off this last 2 damage. And if you notice how I stacked him, I also blocked off all the areas where he cannot use his hero power to move him and kill him, which is honestly one of the key parts of why I think I was able to turn this around so efficiently. He's going to really miss out here on that Chao Feng, because I have a much stronger board now that his invincibility character is no longer in play. Oh god, and now he starts spamming the freaking laughs, man. Oh, dude, I wish you were around for that, Shao Kahn. You could have just laughed right back for me. But unfortunately, I was concentrated on winning rather than trolling. Although I will admit, I do troll quite a bit, just not in ranked games. So I got the chieftain here in the back, and he's quickly getting out of reach of anything but a silence. I put him so far back because I wanted to guarantee that this would happen. No tomfoolery where I might just lose, I don't even know. He drops a Suku and shoots me with that 6-2. There's a lot of ways for someone to take down a 8 to 10 life, dude. Oh, God. Yeah, who gets the last laugh?
Finish her!
Oh, yeah.
Fatality!
Good game.
Noob wins.